What's up, guys? Tugi here, back again with some more NHL 16 and my Boston Bruins GM mode, and it is time. It's the round 2 matchup against the Atlantic Division champion Ottawa Senators. And we are getting straight to the point in this episode. If you missed it, at the end of last episode, we took a look at their lineup. Of course, guys like Erik Karlsson still there and still doing very well. Our lineups are exactly the same, although we'll breeze over them very quickly. But if you've been watching the series, you'll pretty much recognize the order. The only thing we're still going with is Czarnik on the top, or excuse me, on the second line over Scott Laughton. Laughton, I'm not going to label him a bust in half a season, but he's more like Draisaitl than I wish he was. And it's his last year of development as well, so we really need to hope he turns it on. And Ville Polka is also now back on the second defensive line. We'll give him another chance. McCown back down with Sean Day. And actually, really quick, let's take a quick look. Is Ryan Strome coming back anytime soon? He is. 4 days until Ryan Strome is back. The question is, if he's not fully healthy, do we start him again over Ty Fellhaber? But again, we're not wasting any more time. It's game 1. Let's do this. Perhaps our biggest challenge, again, our biggest rivals in the series have been the Columbus Blue Jackets. They are out. I believe it's still New Jersey or Pittsburgh awaits the winner of this matchup. Ottawa, of course, has home ice advantage. We need to win at least one of these games. Let's try like hell to win this first game. First period, it all starts here. Not too bad. Early goal for Justin Falk on Matt O'Connor. Luke Kerwin gets a goal under a minute later, but Jake DeBrusk with a late goal. It's a good sign for Falk and DeBrusk to be getting goals, especially Jake DeBrusk. Second period also as well. Holy shit, we outshot him 20-10. Not too bad. Second period, much better. Jake DeBrusk on fire, starting off this series in a great way. Ottawa really caught up in shots, though. Only 5 shots for us in that period, but we get a goal. That's huge. Third period, come on, boys. We got a 3-1 lead. Malcolm, you've been a little bit shaky, but I have the faith in you still. Shut the door. We couldn't get a goal on the power play, but Jake DeBrusk gets the hat trick. Are you kidding me? Game 1 of the Eastern Conference semifinals, and Jake DeBrusk makes an impact with the hat trick, and that should be it. Malcolm Subban only gives up 1 goal to Luke Kerwin in the first period. It's a 4-1 win. Outstanding. Outstanding. You cannot ask for a better game. A hat trick for DeBrusk. Malcolm Subban, 33 of 34 saves. What a fantastic start. Certainly didn't expect that. Still waiting to see if Ryan Strome will be back. He won't be back until after game 2. But thankfully, he won't have to wait long. Again, let's get right into this. It's game 2, big 4-1 win. Looking for somebody else to step up. But hey, if Jake DeBrusk wants to continue that goal-scoring pace, I am more than okay with that. First period, can we get off to another hot start? We cannot. Again, though, we double them up in shots. If we lose this game, it's not the biggest deal in the world. Again, we made sure to win at least 1, but taking the first 2 games would be huge. Second period, can we get somebody on the scoreboard? And we can. Johnny Gaudreau and Austin Czarnik again. 4 goals for Austin Czarnik. Wow, that came out wrong. 4 goals for Austin Czarnik in 5 periods. Outstanding. Johnny Gaudreau on the board as well. Again, Ottawa really closes the gap in shots, but Malcolm Subban doing a hell of a job right now. Third period, let's get into this. A nice 2-0 lead. And again, I don't want to say it because normally when I say like, oh, great job, Subban, he shits the bed. He's doing well so far. 24 saves. Ottawa hasn't had a shot in about 5 minutes. They get one now. 5 minutes to go. 4 minutes now. I think we're in the clear. And somehow, some way, we take the first 2 games of this series on the road against a 50-win team. Malcolm Subban with a 26 save shutout. Gaudreau and DeBrusk with the goals. Matt O'Connor still had a great game for them. But the defending champions are standing strong right now. We're only going to get better with Ryan Strome coming back into the lineup. We are 6-1 in these playoffs. We have outscored Ottawa 6-1 through the first 2 games. And now the series shifts back to Boston, and Ryan Strome is available. As we prepare for Game 3, here are the lineups we are going to go with. We're going to move Scott Laughton off to the left. Ryan Strome is going to play center. That way we can keep Alex Ovechkin on the right side as a right-handed shot. I really want to see what would happen if we could pair up DeBrusk and Goodrow, but we're going to leave things the way they are. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Of course, the only difference now is getting Fellhaber out of this lineup, but again, 1 assist. He hasn't had a point through the first 2 games of this series, but let's do this. Game 3 against the Ottawa Senators. Can we put a stranglehold on them here, or will they guarantee a trip back to Ottawa? First period, can we get off to another hot start? We cannot. Scoreless, though. First time we haven't doubled them up in shots at the end of the first period, but not too bad. Second period, a goal apiece. Shane Prince and Austin Czarnik on the scoreboard. It comes down to this. Third period, let's do this, and Bryzgalov gets the goal on Malcolm Subban. Can't remember what his overall was, but hey, he's good enough to be playing. He gets that early goal. Power play for Ottawa. We get the kill. 10 minutes left, boys. Come on. Somebody step up. 1 goal. Really, 1 goal is all we're going to get. Come on. Come on. Don't disappoint the home crowd like this, and you're... Okay, then. Well, that settles that. Bobby Ryan with the goal, and it's 3-1. The Ottawa Senators get a win back. Austin Czarnik, the only goal scorer. Matt O'Connor stands on his head. This series will go back to Ottawa at the very least for Game 5, but very, very disappointing. It's time for Game 4. The scouting's taken care of. Unfortunately, too, the Providence Bruins have been eliminated from the Calder Cup playoffs, but our chance to defend our championship, our Stanley Cup title, are still alive. The chance is still alive. First period of Game 4. Can Ottawa tie it up? And it will be a tie at the end of the first period. Bryzgalov waking up for Ottawa. Austin Czarnik still red hot for us. Only 6 shots in the first period. It's a little bit concerning. Second period, scoreless. 19 shots apiece. This is going to be an absolute showdown in the third period. Either we take a commanding 3-1 series lead, or it's tied up at 2 apiece, and those first 2 wins become completely irrelevant. Let's do this. First goal. The next goal is absolutely huge. Power play for Ottawa, nothing doing. Another power play for Ottawa. Okay, our discipline's taking a nosedive here. Halfway through. Come on, boys. Come on, we're getting outshot heavily now. We're catching up. 5.5 to go. 5 now. Come on. Somebody, anybody. Ovechkin has been dead quiet, and it's Mendoza with 44 seconds to go. I believe his name's Joffrey Mendoza. The goal to beat Malcolm Subban. And it is now officially a best-of-3 series. The first 4 games completely irrelevant. Malcolm Subban still doing a fine job, but the offense completely dries up. 6 goals in the first 2 games, 2 goals between games 3 and 4. And we've gotten exactly what we deserve. We have been knocked down, and hopefully we have what it takes to get back up. Heading into Game 5, back in Ottawa, we're going to make quite a few lineup changes. The top line is DeBrusk, Czarnik, and Alex Ovechkin. Again, Ovechkin has been eerily quiet for pretty much the entirety now of the Ottawa series. Second line, Goodrow, Bergeron, and Pasternak. Bergeron and Pasta have always had pretty good chemistry. Goodrow's doing relatively well. We need him to keep that up. Third line, we're moving the 4th liners up, guys. Laughton, Strome, and Panarin have all been dead quiet. There you see Laughton's stats. There you see Strome's since he's come in, and Artemi Panarin. These 3 guys not getting it done has been pretty devastating for us, and I have to roll with people who are getting it done, and the guys who were the 4th line and have been the 4th line all season have at least better stats going than what the other guys do. And defensively, we're going to put Ville Pokka up on the top pairing with Lauzon. Right now, Zaboro Pokka and Lauzon Falk kind of struggling. Sean Day and Roland McCown have been our best defensive pairing. Hopefully, they can keep that up, and if they do, we might have to bump them up and give them more minutes. But here we go. It's Game 5. we're in a very tough spot, a very disappointing spot. Again, after winning those first 2 games, the offense has dried up, but let's see if we can get back at it. Austin Czarnik on the top line. Lead the way, pal. As the game almost froze up on me there. That was fucking scary as hell. All right, first period. Try to get back into this first period. Can we get off to another hot start like we tend to do in Ottawa? We get a goal. Jeremy Lauzon from the point beats O'Connor. We're outshot, but it doesn't matter. Second period, it matters now. Thomas Chabot and Mark Stone, goals from pretty much the exact same spot. We're being outshot 24-17 now. We are down 2-1. This is a massive third period. If we lose 3 straight games after taking the first 2 in the series, that would be horrific. Pajot on the power play, 3-1 Senators. And this team is simply collapsing. 6 goals in the first 2 games, and now the offense has completely dried up. Zibanejad with the empty netter. Senators win 4-1, and we are now down 3-2 in this series. I don't really blame Malcolm Subban. We have 1 goal in each of our last 3 games, and we are now on the doorstep of being kicked out of the playoffs, and our chance at a back-to-back Stanley Cup is on life support. Game 6, once again, we're changing up the lines. The top line, now DeBrusk, Czarnik, and Goodrow. We're not going to give a damn about the handedness. It's just going to be what it's going to be. I mean, we've seen this team succeed with the handedness strategy. We've seen them struggle with this strategy. Ovechkin, I'll probably switch their positions back to before this game ends, or before we start the next game. Ovechkin, Bergeron, Panarin. We're giving Panarin a chance to shine. He's come up big before. Now's his chance. Lawton, Strome, and Pasternak. Pasta, very quiet in this series, and of course the fourth line stays the same. The defensive core remains the same, and hopefully this team can find some way, just some way, to extend this series. The time has come. It's Game 6. Bergeron, Ovechkin, Panarin, Lawton. Essentially the entire team needs to step up. They faltered. I don't know if there's something with the morale system and like the team got cocky and decided we don't need to try anymore. We're up 2-0. I don't know. We're in a very rough spot though. This could be our last game of the season. It very well could be our last home game of the season. Let's do this first period, and it's Brzgalov again. This guy has been an absolute monster. 1-0 Ottawa at the end of the first. Second period, Scott Lawton finally shows up. Jesus Christ. Welcome to the playoffs, Scott Lawton. Glad you decided to show up. Sarcasm aside, that puts us in a pretty decent spot. The season is on the line. Can this team get it done, or will we crash and burn out of the playoffs? Let's do this. Third period, the next goal could decide the season. We trade power plays. Long power play for Ottawa. Holy shit, was that a major? And it's Mike Green getting a goal that had to have been a major. Holy shit, we have 5 minutes left. 4 now, and Luke Kerwin gets a goal, and we are crashing out of the playoffs. Goodrow scores, and then Bobby Ryan gets an empty netter. Jesus Christ, it's taken me a second to digest. What the hell just happened? Luke Kerwin's goal was just too much. Mike Green, we're out. It's the only way to put it. We are out of the playoffs. A major penalty, a major charging penalty to our ace defenseman, Jeremy Lauzon, changes the game. Mike Green ends up scoring the second after it expires, so it might as well still have been going on. Kerwin scores, Goodrow gets one back, but then the empty netter for Bobby Ryan seals it. And again, this team and its inconsistencies continue almost true to life when talking about the Boston Bruins. We go from 2-0 up in the series to losing 4 straight. We scored, oh my god, that's unbelievable. We scored 5 goals in the last 4 games after scoring 6 goals in the first 2 games. If that's not just falling off a cliff, I don't know what is. I genuinely don't know what is. 6 goals in 2 games and then 5 goals in 4 games. I mean, say what you want. The lineup wasn't filled with 90 overall players and everything like that, because as much as I like to use draft picks, I don't like to whore out first round picks, although hey, if you win the cup, that's all good. But again, we had players fail to deliver. That was our problem. DeBrusk, Zarnik, and Goodrow led the way. Obviously, all of them were 1 point up. The morale system dropped them. You had Ovechkin, who was a 91. Bergeron was an 88. Panarin, an 85. Say what you want about Panarin, but look at those first 4 categories. You just ignore defense and physical. He should have been putting up points. He had 2 points in the playoffs. Scott Lawton didn't get it done. Ryan Strome never got it going after coming back. And David Pastrnak, once again, just doesn't deliver in the playoffs. 6 points, only a goal. And again, we can look at his attributes. He should be doing much, much better than that. And unfortunately, Jeremy Lauzon just took the worst penalty at the absolute worst time. He does only have 76 discipline. I was happy, and I am happy with the team we put together. Just again, once again, the big players failed to deliver. So guys, that is it for Season 6. But before I end this episode, if you haven't gone down already, go check out in the description. I have 2 straw polls up. One that discusses how much longer this Bruins GM Mode series should go on. Should we end this series right now? Should Season 6 be the finale? Should we do one more season, Season 7? Or should we go until Season 10? Let me know. And the reason I'm bringing this up, it has to do with the second poll. Obviously, the real-life NHL trade deadline's coming up. A lot of new rosters. And I'm kind of eager to start over with the new team, but that's what that poll is about. When we start a new series, what type of team should we pick? Should we pick a true cup contender like Washington or Chicago? Should we pick, a rising contender? Someone like, say, I don't know, Detroit, Tampa? Should we pick an on-the-verge team, a climbing team, say like Carolina? Should we pick a rebuilding team like Toronto? Or maybe a team that really needs a rebuild like a Montreal, who they live and die off of Carey Price? Yes, I am taking a shot at Montreal. Let me know on those straw polls what we should do, and if we do continue this series, those polls will continue to be in the description of each video from here on out until we start the brand new series. But that'll do it for this one, guys. It ends in heartbreak. We're out after 6 games against the Ottawa Senators, and if this series continues, we have a couple of moves that we need to make again. As always, if you've enjoyed, make sure to drop a like down below, or a dislike, do whatever. Let me know. Give me honest feedback. You can also do that in the comments down below. Subscribe for more, though, if you did enjoy. Spread the word, and I will see you all next time.